Welcome to our guide on how to get good at Brigitte. Potentially the most impactful support hero in the game, good players who are able to maximize her abilities will be able to amplify the effectiveness of their entire team. Brigitte's primary attack is her elliptical stick, which does small amounts of damage in quick succession. However, with the ability to annoy multiple enemies at once, you'll have no problem stealing those damage medals from your Widow player who couldn't hit an AFK Reinhardt. But if enemy players have retreated from your slappy stick, you can use its long range whip to remind them that they are never safe from your oppressive playstyle. The whip can also be used in more creative ways, such as hitting people away from an objective while they are trying to contest, or perhaps more impressively, to secure environmental kills on heroes that you have no business being able to reasonably win against. Along with the mace being a formidable weapon, it is also the key to Brigitte's most effective healing ability. Every time the mace makes contact with an enemy player, it applies a healing effect to all teammates in a large radius. The applied healing lasts for 5 seconds and heals for a total of 80 health over this period. It should be noted that the 5-second timer will reset with every hit and that teammates need to be within line of sight to receive this bonus. Enemy shields are able to interfere with the applied healing. Her next ability is a small personal shield that's useless at protecting anyone else on your team, apart from a few situational scenarios. However, for your own protection, the convenience this shit provides is unmatched. Although the real reason to worship the shield is its ability to bash anyone who comes within lunge distance of this crazy powerful ability. In fact, it wouldn't be unjustified to say that this low cooldown piece of shit can solve pretty much any fucking problem you're likely to face. This is because every player has a plan until they get a shield delivered into their fucking skull. Brigitte also has access to a powerful burst healing ability, which allows her to instantly heal 150 health to any target without even needing to aim at them. Throwing this onto a low health teammate will ruin the day of any enemy players trying to kill them and sign you up for the easiest endorsements you'll ever receive. In fact, trying to win in a 1v1 is borderline fucking impossible if the other player is hit with this pack. There definitely isn't a mountain of drugs. Also, this mystery package is able to overheal players with temporary armor if they have high health. Using this to protect damage dealers who are about to engage can be unfairly effective, as well as saving those overextended shits on your team with no sense of self-preservation. A good way to treat the ability is like an off-brand Zari air bubble, as it is able to provide slightly more survivability for a few precious seconds. Lastly, her ultimate ability can be fucking insane, depending on the situation, as it grants armor to all teammates in a Lucio-sized radius. Not only this, but everyone on your team is able to keep a total of 100 armor permanently after the ultimate has finished. If this isn't enough, the armor is stacked below shields in the health pool, meaning that heroes such as Zen and Symmetra can stay jacked up and self-sufficient if they are able to avoid heavy damage. There are two main schools of thought when it comes to using her ultimate, neither being completely wrong or right. The first way to use the ultimate is to pop it in the middle or very start of an engagement as a way to constantly provide sustenance for your team. As the armor generation rate is roughly half the speed of Mercy's ultimate, when paired together with Brigitte's other healing abilities, it can make her team unkillable for an uncoordinated opposition. The other way to use her ultimate is to group up as a team and use it to pre-buff everyone before the next fight. This is executed successfully by many professional teams and is done in order to guarantee a health advantage that wouldn't always be as consistent in the heat of a team fight. However, the biggest benefit of this method is that Brigitte is able to immediately start charging her next ultimate during the fight, which from an ultimate management view is unbelievably impactful. Although the main issue that arises is that if armor is applied outside of a fight, then your team is only receiving half of its potential benefit. You as a player will need to decide whether you want more impactful ultimates or less effective ultimates more often. Perhaps the most important thing every Brigitte player needs to know is how to combo her abilities together. By bashing, slapping, then whipping a target, a player is able to execute an unblockable combination that puts most squishier targets down to less than 25% health. and even if you don't manage to kill them, at the very least, they are going to be doing everything in their power to fuck off as soon as they are able. However, adding a few more slaps at the beginning of this combo will sign them up for death quicker than middle-aged mother sending thoughts and prayers after this week's school shooting. What's even more broken about this combo is that by using her shield to peek around corners, players are able to catch people completely off guard and without any way to retaliate or counter the situation. Feel free to abuse this for free kills as many times as you desire. However, no other hero will feel the punishment of this move quite like Tracer, who is countered harder than Jeff Kaplan's erection at the thought of a zero toxicity utopia. Using the 1-2 fuck you combo, Brigitte is able to instantly kill a Tracer with full health. In fact, good players who are able to land the unblockable bash ability should be able to kill a Tracer 100% of the time. And even if she's able to use her pathetic excuse of an ultimate to kill you, simply catch that shit with your shield and show that optimistic fuck you're not to be messed with. Ultimately, Tracer should never be feared as Brigitte, especially when most players shoot as straight as her sexuality. The mentality a Brigitte player should be adopting is that you should always be doing something during a fight. With her abilities being so diverse, she is able to react to every problem with a reasonable solution. The reason why Brigitte is such an impactful hero is because she's arguably the best character for fixing the mistakes of your team and assisting with their weaknesses. This kind of capacity to read her team and anticipate their own needs before they realize they need assistance is the key to understanding and thriving as Brigitte. It's safe to say that she is not a mechanically intensive hero. However, being able to maximize her full potential requires some next level game sense. It is recommended that players are intimately familiar with all heroes, as doing so will help understand their strengths, weaknesses, and mindset, something that is often overlooked and underrated. Part of understanding Brigitte is knowing who synergizes with her, who she counters, and who will bend her the fuck over if you don't respect their abilities. Reinhardt, for example, is a good teammate to have, as his complementary toolset allows for a dominant and very sustainable pair in close quarter engagements. Perfectly timed bashes will also open up crazy potential for near guaranteed team wipes. So get yourself a good Reinhardt main and enjoy the easy climb. Sticking near your happy German friend will also allow you to easily counter Genji, who is unable to deflect an unblockable hit to the cranium. Sombra, on the other hand, should be avoided or be shut down immediately, as she is able to render Unia useless if unchecked. Ultimately, Brigitte is usually able to win any one-on-one fight with squishy enemies at close range due to her crazy combo potential and self-sustain capabilities. This makes it possible to split from your team in specific circumstances if you're confident you'll be able to secure at least a single kill. Although it should be mentioned that Brigitte's healing consistency can often be questionable, so a more reliable healer may be necessary to compensate for this more niche alternative. This concludes today's guide on how to get good at Brigitte. You'll now be a master of fixing the mistakes of your team and be enabled to drop your endorsement rating below maximum. Subscribe for more shitty guides, but until next time, have fun and embrace the bullshit.